he has to be realistic in these negotiations. I'm not here to just take anything to get back. Whatever. Um, Ryan Garcia, when the ball was in his court, he didn't make weight. He showed up with a positive drug test. He was all over the place. So we're not gonna do it like that time around. We're
Mm.
gonna do it the right way. And so if he doesn't want to do it the right way, then we'll move on. Like I said, we'll go on to fight the guy that beat him, and the guy that he doesn't want to rematch. He's not screaming Rolly's name.
That's true.
So, like I said,
Mm.
if that is the case, then we go on and we fight Rolly. And if Ryan Garcia wants to get realistic, then we can make that fight happen now or later.
All right, boxing fans, so let's dive into a little bit more about what's going on between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. No doubt about it, 2026, this is the biggest fight that can be made in boxing. This is the biggest rematch you can make in 2026. It has a story, it has bad blood, and with Ryan finally being a world champion at a weight class these fighters both belong in, and it seems like overall they're making this weight comfortably. And I would assume both of these fighters can also compete at 154 if they really wanted to. But Ryan Garcia beating Mario Barrios the way that he did, where his stock is at now. He had a rough 2024, he had a rough 2025, but now Ryan Garcia is officially a world champion, and we have a unification added to this pot, and it makes it that much more sweeter. Now, in my personal opinion, before you guys start jumping on me in the comments for what I'm about to say, I feel like Devin Haney is making this fight super, super duper complicated. Like, I'm not saying Devin Haney doesn't want to fight Ryan, and I get he wants to call the shots. He wants to say when and where and how much he's going to make, what the split is going to be. He feels like he's the A side because he got cheated. But hear me out real quick. Did Ryan Garcia pop dirty for PEDs? Yes, he did. Was Ryan Garcia acting a fool? He was off the walls. He was drinking. He was smoking. He was partying. He was doing all this crazy shit. Yes, Ryan Garcia did all of that. Did Ryan Garcia miss weight? Yes, he did. But did Ryan Garcia keep his word and pay $500,000 for every single pound he went over? Yes, he kept his word and he paid Devin Haney that money, which was what, $1.5 million he paid Devin Haney. He kept his word. Did Ryan Garcia sit out for a year for his suspension? Yes, Ryan Garcia paid that debt to boxing for popping for performance enhancement drugs. And I would assume there was a hefty fine also behind that Ryan paid. Now, I feel like, is it still a good storyline? Yes, but Ryan Garcia has paid his debt. And everything that went into Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney in the first fight, this is the reason why this rematch is so big. Because one, Ryan Garcia has a point to prove that he was still that same fighter, and the PEDs had nothing to do with his performance, which by the way was one of Ryan Garcia's worst performance. I personally don't believe that Ryan cheated intentionally, and here's why. From everything that Ryan showed us during the build-up on his social media, again, he was drinking, he was smoking, he was partying. Ryan wasn't taking this fight seriously. He was going through some mental things. He was going through some personal things, which is very understandable. But again, that wasn't the best version of Ryan Garcia. He missed weight. He was drinking. He was smoking. He was partying. His speed, his power, his conditioning, his skill set, his overall ability was about between 20 to 40%. That's just how I viewed Ryan Garcia that night. And unfortunately, it was just a bad night for Devin Haney, and he just simply could not block that left hook. That is just my opinion. But did Ryan Garcia pop dirty? Again, yes, he did. And I feel like, yes, it's in the past, and it should give this rematch a clean slate. And I feel like it should be a 50-50 split. Because one, Ryan Garcia doesn't bring what Devin Haney brings to the table as far as legacy. We all know Devin Haney's he's accomplished far more in this sport, and he's a bigger legacy fight. He's probably a much better name to have under your resume than Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia becoming a champion for the first time in his career now, he's definitely far behind from his generation. Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, right, so on and so forth. Ryan Garcia barely became a world champion this year. But again, we have a unification now, makes the story that much bigger. Ryan doesn't bring all of that to the table, what Devin Haney brings. Legacy and accomplishments. But Devin Haney does not sell how Ryan Garcia sells. Because again, boxing is a business. And when you're getting everybody paid, that's who the people love behind the scenes. The management, the teams, the promotional companies, who's showing this fight. Everybody wants to get paid. And that's what Ryan does. He brings this huge following. He is a superstar. He has that celebrity status. Not many fighters have that, and Ryan has that. And unfortunately, Devin Haney does not bring that to the table, because this is a prize fight. This is a legacy fight. We have a 50-50 split, in my opinion. That's how I think it should go. Or you can do 45 split, and the winner gets 10%. But I feel like, Devin Haney felt like he got cheated, which is 100% understandable. But the biggest fight you can make in boxing, you guys can both still make millions and millions of dollars, and you can unify at 147. I know it's a big goal and a dream for Devin Haney. I know it's a big goal for Ryan Garcia as well. Like, make this fight happen. Now is the time. You're at 147. Both of you guys have world titles. This is a story, and the boxing community is still invested in this story. And maybe even a possible third fight at 154, depending on how this fight goes. But I feel like Devin Haney is making these negotiations behind the scene. Bill Haney, I feel like they're asking for way out of the ballpark, and I can only imagine what they're asking for, because Ryan popped for PEDs. I get what Devin Haney means by he cheated me. I 100% get it, but boxing is a business at the end of the day, and Devin Haney doesn't sell how Ryan Garcia can sell. But Ryan Garcia doesn't bring to the table what Devin Haney brings to the table as far as accomplishments, and Devin Haney being a bigger legacy fight and a bigger name for anybody's resume. For those reasons, I feel like it should be a 50-50 fight. And to be fair, Ryan has really given up a lot to make the biggest fights happen. He gave up a lot of weight just to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, to prove that he wants to fight the best. And I personally don't believe that Devin Haney would ever duck any fighter. I personally don't believe that Ryan Garcia would duck any fighter. They have showed us many times in their career that they're willing to fight the best. This A-side, B-side shit, these negotiations, the money, all of this shit is just starting to get in the way of the biggest fight you can make in boxing or in any division for 2026. One of the biggest rematches, and we have a unification involved. Let me know what you guys think about this take. Again, I just feel like Devin Haney probably behind the scenes is asking for way too much, which is understandable, but Ryan has paid his debt to boxing. He's definitely paid his debt to Devin Haney, because I would assume he kept that $1.5 million, if not more. Let's not make these negotiations super complicated. Make it a 50-50 split. Both of you guys bring a lot to the table in your own ways, or 45-45, winner gets 10%. It's just as simple as that. But I know Devin Haney wants Ryan Garcia to give up so much more because he did pop for PEDs. But then again, I feel like Ryan has paid his debt to boxing and to Team Haney. Let me know what you guys think about this take. Let me know what you guys think is fair too. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.